But this one, and Philip K. Dick does have it in the book, but so there's a series of androids. They're called replicants, and they're mostly on Mars. So there's a series of them that come to Earth. They like smuggle themselves in, and Deckard, the main character, Rick Deckard, who's played by Harrison Ford, he has to go and hunt down the replicants that get here. And so the book is basically him like
Yeah, because they're supposed to just be slave labor,
right.
basically.
So he's kind of doing all this detective work to find all these replicants and taking them down, and they're what's called the Nexus 6. So what he does is he has a machine that can test emotional responses, and he can determine whether someone is a replicant or a human. And he doesn't do a whole lot of explaining as to like how similar androids are to humans. Like you have Ridley Scott doing androids in Alien, where they like bleed white. You can tell like they're like run through with like wires and cables and
Yeah,
tubes
yeah.
and things. These ones in this universe are almost identical to humans. They have blood and they have vessels and like there's no like
Yeah.
control panel or batteries, or they're not like recharging like they do in Creator or whatever. Like these
Yeah.
are as close to humans as you can possibly get, and so it's very hard to tell except for in emotional responses. So what he does is he asks a series of questions to he measures their empathic response or empathetic response. And so it's a dilation of the pupils and then the capillaries in the cheeks, so blushing and that kind of stuff. And so he'll say stuff like he has a briefcase and he'll say, "Yeah, it's made out of baby hide." And based on their response and how quick it is, he can tell if it's an actual human or not.
Yeah.
And so the series of questions go through. But the Nexus 6, the new model, are so difficult to distinguish between, and that's the premise of the book. So he goes in to test his testing method, which is the Voight-Kampff machine,